If you're looking to build a strong personal brand, if you're an up-and-coming entrepreneur and want real financial freedom, I want to share with you 5 things that I wish I took more seriously. This is from personal experience, from more than $30 million in revenue, literally tens of thousands of transformations from my fitness business, from my business coaching business, more than 78 million views on this channel, and just over 19 years of online experience. And I want to share with you what I wish I appreciated more. So let's dive in. So the very first one is to be unapologetically you in everything, every aspect of the business. And I'm going to unpack this. But what I have found with myself, when my business was doing the best and when my business was doing the worst, I was either following this piece of advice or I was not following this piece of advice. And if you look at the internet, there are so many different tactics, so many different playbooks, so many different models of success. And the reason that I would say those work is, number one, everything works. But number two, it's because who's following them have made them work because they're unapologetically them. The reason my mastermind is so successful is because I'm a product of masterminds. I'm not a product of buying courses. I'm a product of being in rooms, being around mentors. So this is a very easy product for me to sell. I created the same product that I'm a product of. My mastermind has live events. Why? Because live events changed my life. So it'd be crazy not to have live events a part of my mastermind. So that's unapologetically me. Our coaching style. We don't do these super fancy PowerPoint presentations because that's just not me. I'm a guy that likes to speak from the heart, speak from passion. I have more of a pastoral style of teaching. I speak to the heart. I use vulnerability and connection. And when the business is growing because I'm being unapologetically me, one, I'm attracting people who like that and they're not expecting fancy PowerPoint presentations. And two, it's who I am. I don't have to be anybody else. And that's the best version that people are getting. And that's when people feel the most connected. The second one is to create from inner stillness. And one of the biggest shifts that I have made is to make silence my strategy and to make stillness a secret weapon and start asking, what is my intuition telling me right now? From my experience, that when you've got a lot of noise from comparison, getting advice from too many people, watching too many videos, listening to too many podcasts, is you've got a noisy brain. And when you have a noisy brain, you have a noisy business. And it's very hard to create from intuition and from your own ideas. So what we need to do is we need to create more margin in our day, more white space, more walks without the AirPods. Because I believe the best ideas come from not just hustling, but from hearing. But we need to create rhythms and rituals for that space to listen. I've got some of my best ideas when I was by myself, out walking 10,000 steps a day. So that's a daily ritual of mine. I take a week off every quarter where I travel. I'm off my phone 2 hours a day. And by creating that margin, I create a place for stillness so that I can hear and for me to be in tune with my heart, because I believe the heart knows more than your head, but we need to be connected to our heart. And if we don't create space for that, you could be missing out on opportunities that are more aligned with your soul, that will energize you, excite you, which is ultimately going to be the best version of you that's going to attract people into your world. Number 3 is to have an intentional money vision. I think when we first get started, we're in this state of scarcity and fear and lack. And when we just start making money, it's like, wow, this is crazy, this is exciting. And as long as we're making more than we're spending, we're good. But like, very few business owners have profit and loss statements early on in the game. Most don't even have them when they get to the millionaire level. And they don't really know what the mission of the money is, right? And what I have found is that If you don't have a mission behind the money, it will create a lot of anxiety because the money now fills a void in your life for some type of insecurity around your identity. So more is never enough. So what I would recommend you do is get very intentional about 3 things. Number 1, giving. When you get money, the way I see it is money is essentially like a thank you note from God, because it's His to give and mine to manage. Now I've stewarded the gifts, right? But the gifts have come from Him. And because of this mindset, I think about how can I create impact by giving back. Right now I give to charity water, and I have a goal of how many wells I purchase every single year. And that is given my business purpose. So set a giving goal built around impact. Number 2 is having a saving and investing goal. What is your saving and investing goal? What are you putting it towards? Is it some Airbnb properties? Is it to a farm? Is it into another business? But what are we investing into? Is it a studio that's going to help us produce a higher quality content? But get real clear about what is that number that we're striving for that will be an investment that we can use to then in turn produce more. And the third thing is having cash flow standards, right? I think one thing that creates a lot of stress in business owners' lives is they are too focused on the top line and not what they bring home. So we need a profit and loss statement. We need to know what comes in, what goes out, what's my monthly profit. Number 4, a big one I wish I had done a lot earlier was simplified my business. I got caught up in trying to have a bigger business like most of us do, primarily out of ego and also just because it was exciting and we were growing rapidly, and the question is like, how big can we get? I think there's nothing wrong with that, but I never stopped and asked, like, is this what I actually want? It was growing so quickly that I lost sight of 3 things that are now my North Stars when I'm building a business, which are number 1, is the business profitable? And how profitable is it? 2, is this fun? Am I working with people that I'd actually have dinner with? And 3, client success. Are the clients winning? Is the model we're delivering our services actually getting people results? So for me, I filter everything through those lenses. You've probably heard the famous saying that complexity is the enemy of execution, right? With growth comes complexity, and complexity kills growth. So we should be constantly trying to keep the business as simple as possible. And the last one, I would have invested into building systems sooner. If you're still grinding, chances are you don't have the right systems. And I'm guilty of this. I would say I have had a high friction business for far too long. For how long I've been in business, one of my damaging omissions is that my business should have way more flow. But I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just I haven't beat this out of me or healed this part of me, but I have this like addiction, or not addiction, but I've got this story that business is supposed to be hard. It's got to be a constant hustle. It's got to be a constant grind, which is probably why I am oftentimes resistant to ideas that, hey, we could systematize this. Hey, we could create an automation for this. Hey, you could be creating just as much money without as much effort. Maybe that's an identity thing. I don't know who I am unless I'm in the business. We'll sort that out. I don't mean to do therapy with you right here, but you hear what I'm saying? I need to learn systems that keep me out of the weeds so I can focus on the things that actually move the needle. And what I do is I do my best to delegate as much as I can. I try to delegate, automate, and eliminate as much as I can. And I want to continually outsource things that rob me of my peace, because when I'm in a peaceful, inspirational state, that's when the business grows the most. If you're someone who's ready to start, grow, or scale your online fitness business, I created a video here that you'll really enjoy. It goes more into the nitty-gritty, a little more tactical than the higher level concepts in this video. I think you'll like it a lot. Watch that next. We'll see you in the next one. Level up or level off. Ciao, ciao.